Great night, everybody. Tonight I'm coming to you with some real awakening if you haven't yet had an awakening. Let me tell you about my evening. As I sat here in my living room this evening with a friend of mine, Heather, we heard 6 shots fire off. I went out to the balcony to hear if there were children screaming, and there were. So I went downstairs with Heather to be greeted by one of the children that knows me quite well on the block. For him to have been on the ball court at the time of the incident. So while some brothers were playing basketball tonight with others on the ball court, I was told that there were 2 young men that ran up hooded and let off 6 shots and dropped this young man. So, firstly, I'd like to send condolences to the whole family. Because, yes, I know them. I actually personally had to go to their door and retrieve the mother and deliver the news of her son being shot 6 times tonight. And bring her to the police car to find her other 2 sons. After consoling the brother that had witnessed his brother get shot, and also consoling the younger brother that came out to greet the middle brother, having witnessed his oldest brother on the ground, he was in obviously major shock. Well, I'm grateful that the universe put me there to be able to absorb everything that was coming off of this young boy. As I held him in my arms, and he cried that his brother had just been shot. You know, so tonight, yes, there was a young man who was shot in the ball court behind my house. And yes, I went downstairs and I had to console the brother who witnessed his brother get shot. And I had to console the younger brother that came out and saw his 2 older brothers, one of them in total shock and the other one on the ground. Well, I had to get the young man into a police car. And I had to go and retrieve the mother. And I had to deliver the news to her. And then when she came out of the building, I had to bring her to her sons. My whole neighborhood is blocked off right now. Literally. Guys, I don't come out here and do what I do for no reason. And when I talk about where I live, it's not even a joke. And it's like nobody does anything about anything. All these kids out here unsupervised. And yeah, this was a young man who lost his life today, but no shot should be being fired in a Lachine ball court ever in broad daylight. This was broad daylight. While there were other children on the ball court. What the fuck is really going on? This is just... But I'm glad that when I went outside, out of the whole crowd, One of the boys that was on the ball court and witnessed it all saw me, and he ran directly to me. And he told me everything. I knew I had to go downstairs. And I really, really feel for those brothers, because that older brother that lost his life tonight was always with his brothers. See them playing ball on that ball court all the time together for many years. Yeah. It's really fucked up, you know. It really, really is. And it's really fucked up that my whole neighborhood is blocked off. And it's really fucked up that people want to put people's lives in danger. It really is. I don't care who you think you are. I don't care what you think. You don't have those rights to take somebody's life. You really don't. And I'm really, really, really grateful that I went downstairs and I was able to console those brothers and go get the mother and actually be recognized when I went downstairs by one of the witnesses, one of the kids, and he ran right to me, told me everything. But this is getting really sad. Really, really sad. The trauma, this didn't just affect that family, this affected my whole community. These children have been in this community as long as I've been here. It's really sad. This is why I do what I do, you know. There's way too many people suffering. There's way too many things that need to be corrected in this world. And there's way too many things that are just, people are just letting happen. I can't be the one that lets it happen. Yeah, things are going to happen. But this is, come on, broad daylight? You'll all hear about it on the news. This is not cool at all. But the biggest thing that I have to say is how untrained people are for trauma. They run on protocol, but they're not trained to be compassionate at all. And being in the mix of that, I saw that first-handedly tonight. There's a lot of correction that needs to be made. A lot. Why do people even end up in these situations? You know what? Poverty. It's poverty that did it all tonight. No matter what the reason was behind it, it's all greed, money, and poverty. That's what did it tonight. Guys, you know, you never know when it's going to be your last breath. But all I can say is I know that this young man lost his life doing something that he absolutely loved. I watched him run ball for as long as I've lived here. This young man that lost his life tonight. I have personally had interactions with him many, many times over. I've had this young man in my own apartment talking to him, coaching him in the past. I knew this young man, not just in passing. He lived in my building. Then I got news that his father came back and he didn't make it. So I want to send my heartfelt sympathies to the whole family. But most of all, I want to send a message to everybody on top of it all. You know, there's way too much stuff going on right in our own backyards. Literally. You know, when that happened today, I had just come upstairs. 20 minutes before those shots went off. I had just come upstairs with the dog. I had just stopped at Heather's. And on the way back, I ended up caught up in the front of the building with a whole bunch of my neighbors out there talking. Because I don't pass people without talking to them. And I had just come upstairs. And because the ball court is right here, like literally, when those shots popped off, it felt like they were right beside me. I'm familiar enough to know what they sound like. It's really, really sad. Guys, you never know when it's going to be your last breath. And I hope and pray that when you do take your last breath, you're doing something that you love. Just like he did tonight. I know it's a horrible situation, but I find the good in everything. And yes, I had to exchange energies with everyone that was traumatized there today. Yeah. But I'm grateful that I was put in that position. Anyway, guys, if you haven't up until now, check who you are. Check what you believe in. Check what drives you. Because experiencing what I did tonight and experience what I have here for the past 11 years and experiencing living what I did when I lived in Amma Bay also, and I was the president there, in the many years that I lived there too. You know, enough is enough. I've heard way too much, and now I've seen way too much. This hits way too home. What do I mean? Well, I know all of those children that were on the ball court that witnessed it happened. I know all of them. This affects the whole community. But to do it in broad daylight on the ball court, what kind of message is somebody trying to send? That's what I see. Well, I also know that this young man who lost his life was a father. Anyway, I needed to talk about it. So that's why I come out and I talk about it. Can't hold that in. That younger brother, he held on to me for dear life, and that poor little guy. That poor little guy. Anyway, I'm right sick of all of this shit in the world. I really am. This is just not cool. Anyway, I truly send condolences and sympathies to the whole family. And I truly hope these guys finish what they've got to do on the block, and my neighborhood is blocked off for blocks. I'll never see that basketball court the same, especially after seeing that young man lying on it, who I know. Anyway, people that can't act right, they're the ones that shouldn't be on this planet. What a way to do it. That is just savage. That's savage. That's savage. That's heartless. That truly is heartless. No matter what it was for. No matter what it was for. You didn't make it about you and him. So, in my eyes, that's sending a message. All I can say is this. I'm sick of this fucking neighborhood. I'm sick of Lachine not doing anything. I'm sick of the way that it's governed. I'm sick of the mismanagement of the shit. I'm sick of the mismanagement of this housing. I'm sick of the poverty. I'm sick of the bullshit that people have to live. And I'm tired of hearing gunshots. And I'm tired of seeing fucking cops. And I'm tired of seeing fucking ambulances on this block. And I'm tired of hearing about people overdosing on drugs in my block. And I'm tired of hearing about all kinds of shit. I'm tired of it all. I'm fucking tired of it all. Literally. Anyway. This is just unacceptable. So Montreal, Lachine, the fuck you gonna do about this fucking dump? So everybody that sees my videos and everybody's got wheat in the world, what are you gonna do about it? Because me, I've rattled the mayor, I've rattled the fucking minister of parliament. I saw a lawyer today. I've rattled this housing, just me alone. Now for this shit to happen tonight? Listen, now I'm ready to walk into the police station and rattle them too. Like, is everybody fucking disconnected? Ugh. You know? And I think my mouse problem is bad. No, it's fucking not. This is insane. All of it is. Anyway. Honestly, and this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. I know it. Guys, the people in Lachine in my community, they need help. All of them do. They all do. Anybody living in my community housing, no matter what the address is, they all need help. Literally. Every one of them need help. That's why I do what I do. You know, I come out and I talk to you guys all, but everybody that I pass in this neighborhood, I exchange energies with, and I lift them up, and I tell them the things that they need to hear because I can feel it. It's not just about you. It's about everything around you. How could the things around you not affect you? They do. You know? It's terrible. Anyway. I wish you all a great night. And I want you all to understand how grateful you are to even be breathing right now. And to be comfortable in your houses. And to not have to deal with the stuff that I live around. Because this is just... It's not okay. It really isn't. And me knowing that young man as well as I do, I know he's not resting in peace right now. Far from it. Anyway. Guys, don't take shit for granted. And we all take shit for granted. Well, if I can come out and do what I do, no matter what is going on around me, and I allow that actually to be my fuel. Because when somebody asks me, Toby, what is your why? My why is hopefully so people aren't fucking dropping like flies. Like I'm watching. That's why. When I say I'm in a pit of poison, I'm not joking. But not too many can be who I am within it all. But now, I'm literally going to have to call out all of these people with the big connects and the big communities and all the links and the everything. What are you doing? Because if you haven't met me yet, I guarantee as I go up the food chain in the politician's office and everybody that I have to go and talk to about what everybody's living in my neighborhood, you should come and introduce yourself to me first before I knock on your door and realize that it's you behind a desk. If I already know you. Because if you and I have crossed paths at all, and you have the connections to do something, and you haven't, and I cross your face as I do what I have to do for this community, I'm going to say one thing. I won't be nice about it. Yeah. Because I've treated this young man who lost his life tonight like I would treat my own children. Well, this is not the first that I've watched lose their life here. And it definitely won't be the last, especially with summer just starting. And already 2 getting shot at a light. And now this. And then, hey, listen, I could go on for hours. You don't know how lucky you are if you're not living in a situation like I am or around it. You don't know how lucky you are that your children are safe with you. You don't know how lucky you are because there is some real world shit happening right under my nose every day. And this is why I do what I do. But no, it's not cool. Not at all. Not cool at all. Anyway, I'm going to come off here because I'm going to go and take my dog for a walk because I need to feel the vibe outside and I need to know what's going on in my community tonight. Definitely. So when I take a walk, trust me, I will get pulled to where I need to go and what I need to do from when I'm outside. But right now, I need to go take a walk with my dog. Yeah. Let's see if this whole place is locked down like Alcatraz right now, like it was. You know, somebody's got to be accountable. Somebody does. For everything. Everybody looks the other way, has a blind eye because it's all about the buck. I know. I'm living in it. Interactions with the mayor's office, interactions with the Minister of Parliament's office, interactions with the directors of the housing. Every cop on the block probably knows me. And if they haven't, they will after tonight. You know, yeah, there's a lot of shit going on the street. But there's enough money for everybody. People shouldn't be losing their life over greed and bullshit. And look, another fucking mouse running across my apartment. You see, you guys have no clue. So while you go to bed tonight in your apartments or your houses that are mice free and fucking bed bug free, thank God I don't have bed bugs, but the majority of the children going to bed tonight are getting eaten alive here. And tomorrow morning when you go to make your coffee and your breakfast and you don't have roaches that you got to shuffle off your counter, because 80% of the apartments in these buildings have roaches too. And I'll say it. Thank God I don't have roaches. Look at you, you little, yeah, I see you run and dash right back. This little guy just had nerve to come like 3 feet away from me. Okay. That's the only problem I got is mice. Other than the problem with the negligence around this whole community and the conditions that everybody has to live in. And people getting gunned down in the basketball court. Yeah, I got a real problem with that. People wonder why I'm out doing books. And why do I come out and talk the way I do? Because people need to fucking know. That's why. From somebody who's really living it. And still you guys can see me okay. No matter what. Yeah, I'm not running off a program. I'm running in real time. Real time. How many others can say that? Honestly, how many others can say that? After your 9 to 5 is done, do you go home to a cushy life? Or do you live in something like I'm living? Well, if you don't, you've got a lot to be grateful for. See, the biggest thing about this neighborhood is I was put here when they expected me to lose my life too. And I've had problems with this fucking apartment, with the housing, with everything since I got here. Well, the biggest problem for all of it is that I didn't die. Yeah, because now it's time to shake trees, especially after he lost his life tonight. That's fucked up. That's all I can say. Anyway, I'm grateful to have been able to comfort the brothers, go get the young man's mother. That's one thing I never thought I'd have to do, in this life, is knock on anybody's door and tell them that their son had been shot 6 times on the ball court. I never thought I'd have to do that. Ever. Well, that's what I had to do tonight. Anyway, you don't know how lucky you guys are. So don't take your shit for granted. Don't take your luxury. Yo, you little prick. No, this little mouse. Sorry. But yeah, there's a little mouse that just decided to go from the kitchen to my front closet. So I've got a mouse that's going, it sees me. you know, yeah, it's fucked up. It's just fucked up. People have to live. Anyway. You know what? Everything in office, everything that's governing anything right now needs to be totally erased. Literally. And does anybody care? No, they don't. They don't care. Well, I do. And a lot of people who have already probably said, well, why wouldn't you stay upstairs if you heard 6 gunshots? You know why? Because my boss told me I was fucking needed it to go downstairs. I actually tried to stay up here and I said, oh, Heather, okay, hold on. I got to give it a minute. And then I was like, okay, I have to go. Yeah. So I was called down there to play whatever role I was meant to play, like I did tonight. But yo, hug and kiss your kids tonight. Be grateful for everything that you have. Every single fucking thing. And if you can't be, well, you got a real fucking problem. And you really don't want to meet me. Because if people thought I was amped up out here, shit's getting real for everybody after tonight. Big time. The more credentials, the better. Because I am truly tired of watching people suffer. And tonight's event caused major trauma to many and suffering to that whole family. And it's not cool. And you know, if it was anybody that was of any fucking relevance who was trying to send a message, they know fucking better too. They don't involve kids. Well, kids were involved tonight. So I'll send a message. You must just be some fucking little clown trying to have clout on the block, doing shit like that. Because the big ones know you don't pull shit like that in a fucking ball court that's full of kids. You fucking stupid. Well, one young man lost his life tonight. You know what? You guys wonder why I'm so fucking hard and so fucking real? You know what I'm living in? I doubt that any of you could live in my fucking apartment for 3 days. Because when I saw the lawyer today, she said, and you're not on any drugs? And I said, what are you talking about? She's like, you're not on any antidepressants and you're not on any anxiety pills and you're not on any. And I'm like, for what? She said, because of your conditions, I couldn't stay there for 24 hours. And I said, well, that's you. Okay. This shit's got to stop. All of it. So you got a credential behind your fucking name? Well, you're in my neighborhood? You're close to me? You better be doing something. And for all those that are in whatever they are in, well, expect to meet me. Because now it's time to make some real headway in this world. Because shit like that. I never again want to have to knock on a fucking mother's door and tell her that her son has just taken 6 fucking bullets in the ball court after consoling her other son. I never want to have to do that again in life. The only good I can take out of that whole situation is that young man lost his life doing what he loved. He loved playing basketball. That's the only good I can take out of it. But I'll tell you, I'm very lucky that I could find something good in it, because let me tell you, I've had enough of this shit. And I've had enough of all of the people that think that they're so righteous that they can walk around playing as the creator. I'm tired of it. And I'm tired of people walking around ruining others' life. And I'm tired of it. Yeah, that's the kind of neighborhood I'm living in. So if you didn't know, now you know. And now you know why I do what the fuck I do. And trust me, change has to happen. Should have happened a long time ago, but everybody wants to sit on their ass and pass the buck. Well, the buck is finally landed in my lap. Time to do some shit about it. Yeah. This whole fucking block and everything governing it. This fucking poison pit that traps people in generationally poverty-stricken, really locking them into it. This is the kind of shit that happens. Why? So everybody in the big buck and the big industry can have their six-figure businesses. While everybody I watch fucking going to school with their fucking crud in their eyes and haven't even had breakfast. Yeah. And you wonder why I come out here and do this shit for free? Because y'all are fucked. Looking for cash, looking for buck, looking for bread. Well, you know what? Some bread can be handed out here. Fuck this shit. And all you guys who want to have credentials, who want to sit on your ass and feed into this system and govern it, and you're soon ready to meet me. Me, I'm Toby Staples. Get to know me now. Because after tonight, I've really had enough. Really, I've had enough. It's not a joke. Anyway, you know what? That young man had a good heart, you know. He really did. He really, really did. Years ago, I gave him guidance. Sit down and talk to him, reason with him, get his head right. His brothers knew me well enough to, his youngest brother just hung on to me for dear life tonight. Kids knew me well enough that when I came outside of my building, because the ball court is right outside my apartment. When I went outside, like I said, a kid that knows me on the block. Actually, it's one of the kids that I chase out of my building all the time with him and his crew. All the time. I fucking race these kids up all the fucking time. He ran up to me and he explained everything to me. So I said to him, where's all the crew? Where is everybody? Is everybody safe? What's going on? Where is he? So then I went over and I saw him. Listen, it's not cool. It's not cool. Who are these two guys that think it's okay that they can be seen by everybody? They were seen by everybody. It was in broad daylight. What the fuck? This is what this neighborhood's gotten to? But I've heard some real fuck shit stories. Oh, yeah. About some people that I knew were fucked up, but when it comes to their kids, they just can't break the fucking cycle. It's okay. No wonder why she avoids me too. And if you're listening, on another note, I know what happened. Okay? And that's not according to what happened tonight. But you know who you are because you know what I'm talking about. I know. And all I can say is, what the fuck? That's how you rolling now? Well, it doesn't surprise me. I'll tell you that too. Because you and I have our history. So that's fucked up too. That's all I can say. I thought you were better than that. And you're going to know who you are. Straight up. But now a lot makes sense to me. Anyway, guys. Enjoy your nights in your peaceful places with your loved ones around you. Because this community tonight is the last thing from peaceful. because people want to play God. But guess what? There's only one. Yeah. I love you all. Rest in peace, Kay. And sincerest sympathies and condolences to the family and to anybody that is affected by this huge loss. Y'all have a good night and have a peaceful sleep.